Welcome to another episode of Get Your Sheet Together. In this episode, you'll come along with me as I literally get my character sheet together. Your class represents the kind of character you'll be playing. Each class gives you access to certain abilities and spells. When you choose your class, make sure to grab the corresponding character sheet and guide for that class available to download from Daggerheart.com. Each class has a number of subclasses to choose from that helps to define what kind of focus you'd like your character to have. Well, I chose to play the Rogue, so I can choose between Syndicate or Nightwalker subclasses. I'm digging this Nightwalker subclass. In Daggerheart, a character's heritage is made of their ancestry and community. These two cards decide what you look like and the environment you grow up in. Let's do an Underborn Giant. Yeah. Giant gives me an extra hit point slot, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that. Our character traits represent what our character is good at and what they aren't. So distribute the values, -1, +0, another +0, +1, another +1, and a +2 across your character traits as you desire. During the game, when you need to roll, you'll add the appropriate trait to the total. And if you're not quite sure how you should assign your traits, the character guide has some suggestions based on your class. Okay, let's fill in some more of my character sheet. Evasion is based on my class, and the evasion I start the game with is right below the evasion box, so I'll just fill that in right now. Cool. And all characters also start with 2 hope, so go ahead and mark that. Next, we'll decide which weapons and armor we want to begin the game with. Record their details on your sheet in the appropriate spaces under active weapons and armor. You can find some suggested weapons and armor for your class on your character guide. Then, choose your starting inventory, which is all also available on your character guide, and record it in the inventory section. Now, armor determines your base damage thresholds and base armor score in Daggerheart. We take the damage threshold numbers from your armor, add your level to each, and record the new totals in the threshold section of your sheet. I took leather armor, so my thresholds are 7 and 14. Not too bad. Lastly, take your base armor score and record that number in the large shield labeled armor at the top of your character sheet. My leather armor gives me an armor score of 3, but this might change depending on what other options I choose during character creation. No, this represents the number of armor slots I have available to mark and to help me reduce damage when I get attacked. My Underborn Giant Rogue is starting to come together mechanically. But now I get to dive into some of the character description details. Using your character guide page, make some decisions about your character's physical features and demeanor. You'll then use the background questions to assist you in building out your character's backstory. And at any point, you can create your own descriptions or questions that align best with the character you're creating. Finally, choose your character's name and the pronouns they use. Next, you'll generate 2 experiences using all the choices and backstory you've made so far to work with your GM on creating your character's experiences. These are typically a word or a phrase that represents what they've learned or become on their journey so far. I'm going to choose Silent as the Knight and Expert Climber for my rogue. Assign both of them a +2 modifier. During play, when you see an opportunity to use your experience to help you on a roll, you can spend a hope and add your experience modifier to the roll. So if I'm trying to sneak around without being heard, I could totally use Silent as the Knight. Your class is made up of 2 domains, which are listed below the class name on the character sheet. You'll choose 2 cards total from the level 1 cards within these domains. In my case, I get to choose level 1 cards from the Midnight and Grace domains. Now that you and your friends have almost finished building characters, it's time to ask the connection questions found on your character guide. You don't have to ask all of them, and you're free to replace any that don't resonate with your character. Use this as an opportunity to decide how some of you might have met or what brought this party together in the first place. And just like that, I think we have the gist of building a character in Daggerheart. Check out page 13 of the Daggerheart rulebook, or if you're looking for even more, head on over to Daggerheart.com.
Get your sheets together!